Hello everyone. What's up? What's up? What's up? Guess what? Well, I'm going to show you some progress here on my Aerogarden. Yeah, as you can see, look, it had so much progress. This is just crazy here. It's amazing how this Aerogarden is doing. It's just crazy and amazing. So I know it's been several weeks, more than I can count, and definitely more than I can remember. And lots of changes have occurred here in the Aerogarden. So first of all, switching back to this plant here, as you can see, something a little different. This is the same pot that I had my Thai basil in, and the other one, was it the dill? What else was I growing? I don't remember. I think it was the dill that I had placed in this pot. It's been such a long time that I really just don't remember. And it died, unfortunately, but it definitely did persevere. It stayed for about a good 6 weeks or so, and then it started to decline. Basically, what I did wrong is I repotted it way too late in the game. I should have repotted them when they were little tiny babies after they had sprouted. But I waited too late, and I waited until it was not only fully grown, but had a huge bush of leaves. And the roots were so long. So I learned from doing that not to repot them too late in the game, because their roots were already fully developed. And they didn't really have anything more to latch onto because they were so developed. I think some of the roots also died off from when I took them out of the plastic thing here, which you can see, the plastic, I don't know what you call that. So, lesson learned, definitely must do it very early in the game. What plant is this? Well, we'll find out in a moment. But first, I want to turn my attention to my Aerogarden here, and I will go over the progress. It has been a lot. So, as you can see, let's get to the most amazing thing last. Let's start with the thyme. Oh, there goes my AC. I gotta turn it off. It makes too much noise. Okay. As you can see, give it a moment to turn off here. The thyme is unfortunately now almost dead, because the reason why is just because, once again, this basil here, and we'll get to this in a moment, is being so bossy. It's being a bully for all of the rest of the Aerogarden. It has taken up so much space. Let me focus in on the roots here if I can, if you can see that. Now, I don't know if you can get a very good view of that, but that's mostly the basil. That's Genevieve's basil. It has taken up so much space. It is really bullying the rest of the plants here. Now, the thyme grew a lot because it was only a small bush, and now it's a much larger bush. You see it goes until up here, this spot right there, and it has spread apart. So it did well. It did well. Now it's time for me to pull it and give the basil some more space. It did well for its time. And the parsley, which you can see all the way in the back there, I don't think it's going to grow any further. It's dying out as well. And again, the reason why it's dying out is because you have this huge, humongous basil plant here, which is taking up all the space. And second amount of space is the thyme. So I don't think the parsley is going to grow any further than that. But hey, it tried. It definitely tried. So we have lots of interesting progress here. I'm proud of my thyme. It grew as much as it can. I don't think it's going to grow anymore. Eventually, it's going to die off completely. And I'm going to have to get rid of the leaves and save them, to make some dried herbs. And the same thing for the parsley. I don't even know if I can salvage any of the parsley back there, but I will try. So I'm going to take these pods out and just make this be a basil garden. Now on to the basil here. Look and see how much that is. This is so crazy, all right? This is huge. Look at this. I gotta trim some of that off here. But look at this. It's huge, all right? Let's start with the top here. The top is huge. It grew almost every day. I have to trim some of it off because it grew thousands and thousands of times. Look at this, for example. These had more leaves coming from them. That's why they're brown now, because I had to trim them. All right, you see a few of these around here. This one right there, and yeah, a lot of them. I do this almost every day. All right, now let's look at the roots. You have big, strong roots here. Huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not only are they solid, but you can hardly bend them. And inside, they're still pretty moist. And they're very strong. I mean, they are like a tree here. They're very strong. Not only that, but take a good look at the roots here. See what they're doing as soon as my phone gets into focus. Let's see if I can zoom that out, zoom that in a little bit. All right. It's still okay, it's not focusing. Okay. Anyway, that's the best that it's going to get. It's not going to focus anymore. Those are leaves. All right, they're still developing leaves along the roots here. Look at that. Those are leaves. All right. They're going to develop some more. They might actually. I don't know. They're taking a long time too. They might. And then you have the same thing here along the sides. Right along there. They're very subtle. I don't know if you can see them, but I definitely can. I see that one right there. And I see the one underneath it. So those should develop into more leaves. See, there's one right there, right? So that's the second thing. Now the third thing, look how tall they're getting, all right? This one is kind of growing away from the sun. Most of them are gravitating toward the light. This one is growing away from the light here, and it's gravitating towards the sun, which is very bright in this window, by the way. So it's towering over the Aerogarden. Not only that, but it has flowered. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is all a part of the same plant. This is my basil. My Genovese basil has been making sweet basil flowers. And they look and taste like honeysuckles. I mean, they fall off almost every day, and I can taste them, and they're very sweet. So they remind me of honeysuckles. And they're beautiful also. I mean, look at this. That's how they look. Very beautiful. And this one here, let's see. It starts from here. This is the root. It goes all the way around there. All the way around. Right? That's the same one that I'm shaking right now. And it even comes up a little bit from there. It sprouts out. And then, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You see, these are two. Let me try to see if I can get this untangled here. I know that some of the leaves are going to fall off, but I just want to show you. All right, if this was outside, this would be standing up right now. I would have this lean up against something. Wow, this is so crazy. Look at this. It's tangled up into its own leaves. All right. See? This is how it looks. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa. All right. Look at that. See? It branched into like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 flowered branches. All right. Crazy and amazing. Look what fell down. You see when I move it, it falls. There's a little honeysuckle. I love eating them. They taste so sweet. All right, so this is I'm proud of all the plants here, but my Genovese basil is really amazing me because it just grew so much. And I'm going to see how long it's going to take, how far it can grow. I want to keep going. I bought some more plant food for it, so I'm just going to keep feeding this thing until it dies off, which is actually going to be a long time. Now, getting on to this pot here. Can you guess what this is? This is the leaves to sunflowers. Yes. Now they haven't bloomed yet. They've been growing for about almost a month. And this one here, the top one, is getting to be humongous. It started out in a little tiny pot, maybe about 3 or 4 inches tall and about 3 inches wide. Not a lot of space. And I planted them, I let them grow for about a week, and I repotted them directly from the pot into here. So in other words, I didn't spread them out. I did let them grow a little bit too big, once again, so I was getting nervous about how their progress was going to be. You can see at the bottom here, maybe they got a little bit over watered, or maybe because of the depth. Oh, sorry about that. Maybe because of the depth of this pot. The bottom leaves were not getting enough sun. They were getting too much shade. I have this pushed into my Aerogarden as much as I can because I feel like these plants here are benefiting from the light of the Aerogarden. And as a matter of fact, during the daytime and the latter part of the day, I do see them kind of leaning in. Now the sun sets on this side here. The sun sets to the west. So it does kind of lean in to reach the sun and also to reach this light here from the Aerogarden. And during the morning and around noontime in the afternoon, this middle one here, which is the biggest one, it stays up straight. So it's doing its best to find the sun. That's why I think these in the bottom here were a little bit too shaded, and that's why they look kind of dead, you know, almost watered down. So it's been growing very strongly for about a month. I hope it starts to show flowers very soon because I love sunflowers. They make me so happy to see. They're so bright and beautiful in the summertime. And I hope that they start flowering, at least one, at least this top one, right? The leaves are humongous. Look at that. So let's hope that this grows. And I'll keep you informed as to its progress as time goes by. And that's about it for now, all right? So anywho, like, subscribe if you want to see more. Leave a constructive comment at the bottom. And I hope to see you all later. Bye. Oh, if you like this also, go ahead, share it with your friends. Bring more subscribers to the page. And that's about it. Later.